What if the person who haunts your thoughts is actually the mirror reflecting your greatest lesson? After uncovering attachment, karma, and hidden projections, could it be that their presence points you toward something much deeper? Is your struggle to forget someone the very force keeping them alive in your mind? What if the more you resist their memory, the tighter you bind yourself to them? Could true liberation come not from pushing them away, but from welcoming them with mindful awareness? Imagine transforming your restless mind into a serene river where even the sharpest stones settle quietly at the bottom. Today, let's take the next step together, discovering the practical, profound Buddhist practices that can turn persistent thoughts into doorways for awakening. Why that person can't leave your mind, a Buddhist perspective. Have you ever felt haunted by someone's presence in your mind, like an uninvited guest who refuses to leave? That ex who still drifts into your dreams, even years after parting ways. The colleague whose harsh words echo in your thoughts long after the workday is over. Or maybe that person who hurt you so deeply, whose image suddenly materializes when you least expect it. Why do certain people occupy our mental space with such stubborn persistence? Today, we're going to uncover the answer, hidden within the ancient yet timeless wisdom of Zen Buddhism. These teachings, though born thousands of years ago, speak powerfully to our modern struggles. They offer not just understanding, but a clear and practical path to inner liberation. In this video, I'll reveal 7 unmistakable reasons why someone has taken up residence in your mind, and more importantly, how Buddhist teachings can guide you to finally free yourself from their lingering presence. Make sure you stay until reason number 7. It holds a transformative insight that could completely change the way you see your most persistent mental visitors. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to the Buddha's Mindful Meditations channel, your home for spiritual growth, Zen wisdom, and the journey to inner peace. 1. Attachment disguised as love. When someone keeps appearing in your thoughts, you might instinctively believe it's because you love them deeply, or that you miss them terribly. But Zen Buddhism invites us to look deeper. It teaches an essential distinction. True love brings peace. Attachment brings turbulence. If thinking about this person triggers anxiety, jealousy, longing, or compulsive habits, like checking their social media again and again, what you're experiencing isn't pure love. It's attachment. The Buddha taught that attachment is the root of suffering, especially in our relationships. You may keep thinking about them not because of love's purity, but because you've unknowingly attached your sense of identity, worth, or future happiness to their presence or approval. Attachment shows itself in those restless moments, when thoughts of them stir up fear, when you feel an aching need for their validation, when you crave what once was or what could have been. Notice, is there an underlying current of need or fear when they cross your mind? True love feels like warm sunshine, gentle, nourishing. Attachment feels like turbulent storms, restless, demanding. The ancient Zen masters offered a striking metaphor. Attachment is like holding a burning coal, intending to throw it at someone else, but you are the one who gets burned first. If thinking about this person feels more like burning than warming, then you're caught not in love, but in attachment. How to begin freeing yourself. Buddhism teaches the practice of loving kindness, metta, a pure form of love that wishes others well without the need to possess them. It's a love that liberates, rather than binds. 2. Unresolved karma. There's another powerful reason why someone lingers stubbornly in your mind: unresolved karma. In Buddhist philosophy, karma isn't about punishment, it's about completion. It's the natural unfolding of causes and conditions that seek resolution. When someone won't leave your thoughts, it often points to unfinished emotional business. Perhaps they hurt you, and you never fully acknowledged or healed the pain. Perhaps you hurt them, and guilt still lingers like a shadow on your heart. Unprocessed emotions, unmet lessons, and karmic entanglements all create mental residues that seek closure. Just like an unfinished chapter in a storybook, your mind keeps returning, trying to complete the narrative, to find understanding, to make peace. Right finger in the next part. We'll explore how recognizing and healing these karmic ties can help you finally reclaim your mental space and emotional freedom. Stay with me. The journey is just beginning. Deeper reasons why someone stays in your mind, a Zen Buddhist insight. In the previous part, we explored how attachment and unresolved karma can bind someone to your mental space. But there's more. As we journey deeper into the teachings of Zen Buddhism, we uncover more subtle, profound reasons behind this persistent mental occupation, and how true liberation becomes possible. 2. Karmic lessons awaiting completion. Beneath your conscious awareness, there may be unfinished emotional business, a lesson you haven't fully understood or integrated yet. This karmic connection acts like a magnetic pull, continuously drawing your thoughts back to that person until the emotional thread is untangled and complete. In Buddhism, nothing is random. Every relationship, no matter how painful or joyful, serves as a teacher, and those who occupy our mental space the most persistently. They are often our greatest teachers, though not always in ways we would willingly choose. If someone remains rooted in your thoughts despite your efforts to move on, ask yourself, what lesson am I resisting? What emotion remains unprocessed? What truth about myself am I refusing to face? The persistent thought itself isn't the enemy. It's a compass, pointing toward the very healing and growth you need. 3. Projection of the shadow self. Another profound reason comes from the idea of the shadow self, a concept recognized both in Zen Buddhism and Jungian psychology. The shadow represents those parts of ourselves we deny, repress, or refuse to accept. Often, the people who dominate our thoughts mirror these hidden aspects back to us. If someone's confidence triggers you, it might be your own suppressed confidence calling for acknowledgement. If their flaws obsess your mind, you might be seeing your own disowned traits projected outward. In essence, your mind uses them like a screen, projecting the unconscious movie of your inner self onto them. Buddhist practice encourages gentle self-inquiry. What quality in this person triggers me most? Why? The answer often leads you straight to a part of yourself yearning for integration. As the Buddha taught, true understanding comes when you realize that others are often mirrors, reflecting the work you need to do within. When you reclaim your projections, the emotional hook naturally loosens, and their hold on your mind fades. 4. Attachment to specific outcomes. Buddhist philosophy emphasizes that suffering arises from clinging to outcomes rather than embracing what is. When someone persistently occupies your thoughts, ask yourself, am I attached to a specific outcome with this person? Are you secretly hoping for reconciliation? Seeking revenge? Craving recognition or validation? Dreaming of a romantic reunion? This fixation creates a mental loop. Your mind endlessly rehearses scenarios, desperately searching for the desired result. In contrast, the Zen teaching of beginner's mind reminds us to approach every moment freshly, without dragging along heavy expectations. Yet when trapped in obsessive thinking about someone, our mind becomes cluttered with imagined futures, leaving no room for present peace. Notice, if your thoughts always circle back to a fantasized ending, it's a clear sign of attachment. Buddhist practice offers a radical solution. Release attachment to outcomes. Embrace present reality, however imperfect it may be. It's here, in surrendering expectations, that true freedom quietly emerges. 5. Identification with thoughts. One of Buddhism's most powerful insights is this: you are not your thoughts. And yet, when someone consumes your mental space, it's often because you've fallen into the trap of identifying with every thought about them. Instead of seeing thoughts as passing clouds, you treat them like solid truths, deserving constant attention. Each thought, I miss them, I need them, I can't forget them, feels overwhelmingly real. This identification creates a vicious cycle. The more you feed the thoughts, the more they grow, and the more real they seem. Buddhist meditation teaches a different approach. Observe thoughts without becoming them. For example, rather than saying, I miss them, try noticing, there's a thought about missing them. This subtle shift creates spaciousness inside you, loosening the thought's grip on your consciousness. As Zen masters beautifully say, learn to watch the river of thoughts without falling into it and being swept away. 6. The illusion of permanence. Buddhism also teaches that everything is impermanent: thoughts, emotions, even the strongest connections. Yet when someone occupies your mind, you may unknowingly fall into the illusion that the bond, the longing, or the pain is fixed and eternal. You may believe, I'll never get over this. The pain will never fade. They will always matter this much. But this illusion is just that, an illusion. When you think your emotions are permanent, you grant them more power over your mind. Buddhist wisdom gently reminds us, this too shall pass, not as a shallow comfort, but as a fundamental truth of life. Every feeling, no matter how intense, changes with time. Even the deepest wounds soften. Even the brightest joys fade. When you truly realize the impermanence of your thoughts about this person, their grip will naturally weaken, like mist lifting in the morning sun. 7. A spiritual assignment unfulfilled. Finally, the deepest reason. From a Buddhist perspective, some souls cross our paths not by accident, but as part of a spiritual agreement. When someone stays in your thoughts long after they're gone, they may represent a spiritual assignment not yet completed. This connection is more than psychological. It's an opportunity for awakening. Instead of asking, how can I stop thinking about them? What might this persistent presence be trying to teach me? Maybe they are not a problem to be erased, but a gift carrying lessons essential for your spiritual evolution. Our most difficult relationships often contain the seeds of our greatest growth. In Buddhist view, this shift, from seeing relationships as sources of pleasure or pain to recognizing them as vehicles for awakening, marks the beginning of profound liberation. Perhaps the person lingering in your mind isn't a burden to remove, but a key to unlocking a deeper version of yourself. In the next part, we'll explore how to practically work with these insights, how to transform obsessive thinking into a path of freedom, healing, and inner mastery. Stay with me. Your journey is only just beginning. Awakening. The way out. We've uncovered the roots of why certain people stubbornly stay in our minds. Now, it's time to explore the Buddhist path to liberation from this mental entanglement, not by fighting your thoughts, but by transforming your relationship with them. 1. Practice mindful observation. When thoughts of this person arise, don't resist. Don't judge yourself. Don't scold your mind. Instead, watch the thought gently, like observing a leaf floating down a quiet stream. See the thought come, notice its shape, its energy, and let it drift by without grabbing onto it. According to Zen wisdom, what you resist persists. What you observe with detachment transforms naturally. By becoming a quiet witness to your thoughts, you loosen the emotional grip they hold over you. 2. Investigate with compassion. Once you can observe the thought calmly, turn your attention inward with kind curiosity. Ask yourself, what attachment or lesson keeps this person lingering in my mind? Approach this question not with harsh judgment, but with gentle self-inquiry. Buddhism teaches that wisdom doesn't arise from criticism, it blooms from compassionate understanding. If you discover an old wound, an unmet need, or an unresolved emotion, don't rush to fix it. Simply see it, understand it, and allow awareness itself to begin the healing. Sometimes, just recognizing the source of the attachment is enough to begin setting it free. 3. Practice letting go through acceptance. Letting go is not an act of force. As the Buddha taught, true letting go happens naturally when clinging ceases. Instead of trying to erase this person from your mind, try accepting their occasional presence, without grasping, without fearing, without giving them power. Imagine holding a small bird in your open palm. Hold it gently, not clenching, not pushing it away. This is the Zen metaphor of open hands. Thoughts, like the bird, will come and go naturally when you no longer cage them with resistance. 4. Redirect with intention. When this person appears in your thoughts, don't view it as a failure. Instead, use it as a bell of mindfulness, a sacred reminder to return to the present moment. Every time they enter your mind, pause, take a conscious breath, feel your feet firmly planted on the ground. Gently return to the here and now. Over time, what once felt like mental imprisonment becomes a beautiful invitation to deepen your practice. Their presence transforms from a burden into a doorway to awakening. 5. Practice loving-kindness meditation, metta. One of Buddhism's most powerful practices for dissolving obsessive thoughts is metta meditation, sending loving kindness to yourself, to the person in your mind, and to all beings. Begin with yourself. May I be free from suffering. May I find peace. Then extend it to them. May they be free from suffering. May they find peace. Finally, offer it to all beings everywhere. This practice doesn't erase the memory, it transforms the emotional charge. Attachment softens into compassion. Resistance melts into understanding. You step out of the prison of obsession and into the boundless field of loving awareness. 6. Embrace the stone in the river wisdom. There's a timeless Zen metaphor that beautifully captures this entire journey. Your mind is like a flowing river. This person who troubles your mind is like a stone thrown into the current. At first, the stone causes chaos, splashes, waves, disruption. If you fight the water, it only becomes more turbulent. But if you allow the river to flow naturally, two things can happen. The stone gently settles into the riverbed, becoming part of the flow, or it is carried away by the current, disappearing downstream. Similarly, by allowing your thoughts to arise and pass without clinging or resisting, the disturbance naturally fades. The stone no longer defines the river. As the Buddha taught, nothing is to be clung to as I, me, or mine, not even our thoughts about others. Through mindful observation, gentle inquiry, acceptance, and compassion, what once tormented your mind becomes the very material of your awakening. Thank you for joining on this journey of discovery. If these teachings have resonated with you, please support us by subscribing to the Buddha's Mindful Meditations channel, sharing this video with others who might benefit, leaving a comment with your thoughts or experiences. Until next time, may you find peace with every visitor in your mind, knowing that when seen through the eyes of wisdom, each brings a precious gift.